Hey, are you a high achiever who struggles with perfectionism? Do you get stuck in the cycle of overthinking? Do you do everything for everyone else because you think otherwise it won't get done? Do you feel like you should come with a disclaimer? Hi, I'm anxious. Hey, I'm Katy. Full disclosure, I'm not a therapist, doctor, or mental health professional. I'm just a career mama who also struggles with anxiety. For me, anxiety reared its head at the most inconvenient times when I wanted to be present with my family, at those high pressure business meetings, when I was laying in bed awake at night worrying instead of sleeping. I just wanted to relax and be able to have fun, and I know that you do too. What if you found tools to manage your anxiety? What if you knew how to enjoy life even though you are anxious? Look, it's time to put down that third cup of coffee and swap it for some lemon water. We're going to get control over anxiety so it can stop controlling you. Let's go, girl. Sweet Anxious High Achiever, welcome to the High I'm Anxious podcast. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I know that at the time the podcast airs, it's a very busy season for you, especially as an anxious high achiever. It's the height of the holiday season, which makes the topic I'm going to talk about with you today so pertinent to this time of year, and I'm excited to be able to dive in. So, if you didn't listen to last week's episode 111, about recognizing where overthinking shows up in your life, I want you to pause this one and go back because that will set you up for success here. Know that I keep my episodes for the most part short and sweet, so it won't take you long to do that. But I want you to be aware of where and how overthinking shows up in your life so that you can do this week's exercise. And this one on its face is rather simple, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. So I want you for 1 week to note down every single time that you recognize that you're overthinking. And this might be challenging, and it might really be also confronting for you to see how much it's coming up for you and around what. And don't overcomplicate it. Make it simple for yourself. For example, I know that I've pretty much always got my phone with me, and there's a notes app in the phone. So I'm just going to open up my notes app and I'm going to note down in there when overthinking is coming up for me and what I'm overthinking about. And that's all there is to it. So, for example, the time of day, maybe even location, if that's pertinent to you. And then also the topic that you're overthinking about. And that's all just a quick little note. Overthinking about Christmas gifts at home in the morning. And that's all. And you're going to use this data in the near future to be able to help yourself get through and overcome overthinking. So again, go back to last week's episode and take a listen because I want you to already be aware of where and how overthinking is coming up for you in your life. And then you're going to spend this week noting down every single time that you catch yourself overthinking about something, including where you are, if it's pertinent, what you're overthinking about, and what time of day that it's happening for you. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about next steps together. If you're not already a member of my free Facebook group, the link to join is in the show notes. I'd love to have you there to support you on this journey through anxiety and issues with anxiety, such as overthinking. It's an incredible community full of high achieving women just like you who are there to support and encourage one another. You can stop in the group and ask for some support around your overthinking journaling or noting this week. And then we'll move on to the next steps next week. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today, and I can't wait to talk with you next week. Take care of yourself, sweet anxious soul. Hey friend, thanks for being here. Did today's episode help you feel more in control of your anxiety? Did it inspire you to rest or relax? Or maybe it challenged you to really look at why anxiety is a part of your life. If so, I'd love to hear from you. If you would take 30 seconds, pause this episode, scroll down in Apple Podcasts, and leave me a review, I would be so grateful. See you next week. Disclaimer, I am not a medical professional, and this podcast is not providing therapy or medical treatment. Contents of the podcast are for informational purposes only and are not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your healthcare provider with your health questions and concerns.